What's up, everybody? See, Gary's on here. I've done forgot now if it's Gary or if it's Jerry.
It's Gary.
Gary, right?
Gary.
Okay. Hey, Gary, thanks for being here. 9:22, doing great. Off work. Watch the good guys fishing because I haven't got the boat finished yet. Oh,
Discover
man.
and compare the smartest credit cards, mortgage lenders.
Is that you? That's not me.
That was my phone doing a random ad. I don't know what that was about. Gary, if it wasn't for my job, probably wouldn't get to watch these live videos. Oh man, I'm glad you get to watch. I really am. Spies, how's it going, man? You could definitely hear it because it was pretty loud. Hope everyone's doing great this evening. I'm on a little early. It says I'm experiencing interruptions. Awesome, buddy. It's almost creek time. Chuck Smith, what's going on? Thanks for being here.
You could hear.
Yeah, it came out of my speaker. I could hear it. I knew it. But Uncle Bill, how's it going? I'm doing great. How are you doing, buddy? Gary, right. Okay.
It's Gary?
Yeah. Gary, yeah. Okay. Man, I'm so bad with that. I'll be the first to admit that.
I remember.
Yeah, Sylvia remembered, so. Mel Cow had to get another boat. Can't wait to get out there. Low Stinger. Oh, nice. You'll love that. That's a great boat.
What kind?
Low. It's kind of like the one I had, but a little different. AWF, good evening. Thanks for being here. Uncle Bill says your face paint scared him.
Which one?
Which one? She's done a whole bunch. Dog Talk, thanks for being here. The boat's great. Knock on wood. Everything's doing good with the boat. I got my battery issue for the most part straightened out. Figured out how to get that taken care of. That was pretty rough getting to the boat ramp and your battery's dead on a guide trip. Mark Williams, what's up? 922 crappie, restoring 89 gambler. Nice. There he is. There's the man. Fishing with Fredo. Hope you had a good day today, man. The big teeth one, Bill says.
Oh, the clown.
The clown?
Yeah, your grandma didn't like that one either. She said she was scared of that one.
Are the crappie or the pillow? Spies. Yep. Yeah, she does some great
That was Isaiah.
little man's over there just. Jeff Armstrong, what's going on? Jeff. Oh no, that was different. That was a different Jeff. Okay. I'm taking a Jeff out tomorrow on a guide trip, and I thought for a second that might be you, but I think his last name's different. Thanks for being here, Jeff. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Gary. Mark Williams, slow day, bunch on one dock, and brush pile slow. Yeah, man, it's the reports I'm getting. I mean, there's definitely some fish to be had, but it's definitely changing. Camo Joe, what's up? Thanks for being here, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Little man's gonna show out tonight. Y'all ready for a show? So a lot of the reports I'm getting that there's definitely fish to be caught. There's some nice fish to be caught. But he got a new truck toy. Is he playing with the truck toy? He got a little taco truck, and he loves it. And he's screaming. So there's fish to be had. It's changing. It's not like it was in the summer. I'm actually gonna take a bunch of minnows on my trip tomorrow. I went out a little bit over the weekend on Saturday and saw the fish are still really finicky, but they'll bite. We caught some good fish in a little bit of time we were there. Around Mel Cow, I'm not sure what you mean by there by around the pillow. The pillar? Maybe the pillar? Earl, there he is. Yeah. TP. So yeah, there's definitely some fish to be had. Gary, I went back to the very beginning and started watching your videos. I'm glad your videos are a lot longer now, but still great stuff. Thanks. Yeah, some of those videos in the past are pretty brutal, I'll be honest. I think there's one on there that's like 30 or 40 minutes uncut of me just fishing a creek. I was catching them pretty good that day, luckily, so it's not the worst, but I definitely could have edited some of that slow part out. AWF, very finicky. My jig bite is coming back. Been on minnows all summer. Nice. Yeah, that's how it is here too. Like, I've caught fish on jigs. It seemed like a few weeks ago the jig bite was better, and I don't know where you're at exactly, AWF, but here it's I mean, it's going to be 90 almost tomorrow, and that's really warm. And that water temp, I mean, there was kids at the lake swimming, including little man. He got in the water a little bit. It was freezing cold, but he was good. It wasn't the worst. I mean, once you got in, it was all right, but that just tells you how warm it's been. It's almost November, and there's kids swimming and water. What is that? Wakeboarding and all that. It's crazy. Mark says, "How are you?" I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah, I'm way behind. Yak and Tackle Outdoors. What's up? Thanks for being here. Oh, okay, Wiley Jeff. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I thought for a second, but I remember the Jeff I'm taking out tomorrow is a different last name. Central Alabama, after a cool spell, they moved 5 feet deeper. Huh. That's interesting. I've been seeing reports and getting reports of fish really shallow, like couple foot deep. Slab Buster, what's going on, man? There he is. Tina Ladybug, thanks for being here. Yeah, y'all be sure to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. That really helps YouTube out with pushing my video out there a little bit. Yeah, it depends on the lake, AWF. You are right about that for sure. Jeff, dude, your videos are great, all of them. Thank you so much, Jeff. I appreciate it. Yeah, I apologize for no video last week. I don't have anything right now. I rolled the dice on a couple places last week, and they both really didn't pan out to what I wanted. I mean, I caught some fish. I just didn't feel like it was good enough to put a video out on that kind of stuff. So, excuse me. So I didn't put anything out. Checked the creek, and it was pretty slow. There's some in there. It's just a little too early. I knew better, but I still just couldn't help but go look. And so the creek stuff for me hasn't really started up. There's some fish to be had if you want to work for them, but I'm just going to wait a little bit. We get a couple more fronts. That water in the 70s is just way too warm for me. I told y'all ready for a show? Because Little Man's going to show out tonight. That's Mr. Entertainment in the background. Yep, he's ready to show out tonight.
He's like,
it's been a couple weeks, so he's ready.
he's doing this with his truck.
Camo Joe, Minn Kota. That's what I have on my my boat, and I love it. It definitely takes a little bit getting used to that spot lock and how it jogs and stuff like that, but it's I love it. I mean, it's great. Fishing with Fredo. Friday I was catching them in 4 foot of water. Yep. So those fish are moving shallow, especially toward the mouths of creeks. If you have like a shallow flat that's out in front of a creek, major feeder creek, there's some crappie over there for sure. And those fish are getting ready to move up in those creeks. They're just waiting on the weather to get a little cooler. and the creek that I fished had a ton of shad in them already, so it's just waiting on it to get colder and those fish to push in there and find them. Armando, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Man, he's doing everything over there. That's funny. Hope you're doing good, Armando. Yeah, so it's still kind of that in between. That's why I'm running a couple trips. I got a trip tomorrow, and then I got a trip Saturday. Oh, thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. That was my last day during the week to fish. Oh no, Fredo. Hey man, it's all good though. It's all good. A1 Fishing, what's going on? So yeah, like I said, we're still in between. Another couple of weeks. Those fish will push in those creeks a little bit. Slab Buster, I've been hearing here a lot, has moved to shallower docks 5 to 10. Yep, that's the same thing here, Slab, man. They're shallow. Man, Armando, I was wondering if you ran some trips this weekend. That wind was no joke. Man, kudos for running trips in that kind of wind. That was rough. We're gonna have some wind tomorrow, but just that time of year. I mean, I guess Armando, we just gotta run them anyway because it's gonna be blowing every day. So, oh, Fredo, they did? I didn't know that. That's the same place hired them back. That's great, man. I had no idea. Yeah, you can't beat that. I was wondering why you said it was like her family reunion. I didn't know if everyone from them went over there too, or what was going on. That's awesome, man. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Now I can go buy a new boat. There you go. There you go.
What do they do?
Huh? It's the oil field, I believe. I forget exactly what they do. I'm glad to hear, Fredo, man. That makes me. Mark says he worked with them in Haiti and again in Iraq. That's awesome. Oop. A1, the water level is low here in Shreveport, Bossier. Hey, man, the water is low, too. That's another thing. Thanks for bringing that up, man.
Oh, that's nice. They gave him his...
Oh, man, Fredo, that's a sweet deal.
That's nice.
That's a sweet deal. Man, that's great.
It's like he never left.
Yep. They gave you a vacation is what they did.
Yeah.
And they said, come on back. That's what it is. That's awesome. I'm happy for you, man. 922, enjoy it while they last. They grow up fast. Yes, they do. Slab, almost like a pre-spawn type deal this year. They will move out next month. They will move out deeper next month, probably. Yeah, it's funny. We were talking about that, me and Terry. Those fish, it's almost like fishing the spawn. And in some places, it's just like fishing the spawn. Armando had to find low wind areas and find new spots on the spot. But that's why we have live scope, makes easy and fast work. Yes, it does. That's very true, man. I'm glad you got out there and ran them. Like, I'm just going to run some of my protected stuff tomorrow and just hope for 50. That's all I can do. I'm trying to take advantage of this bite while it's still good because we get a couple more fronts, drop that water about 10 degrees. It's going to be completely different lakes around here, so just trying to take advantage. Fredo, yep, kid, it was pretty much a vacation, and then I came back. My feet are sore. I have to get used to it. Oh, man, yeah, you will. You will, no doubt. Grapevine, Armando. That's really the only lake you can really fish and win from one direction to the other, at least for me. I know you know some areas you can do that too. Slab, the river was a weird color. Maybe I've been fishing clear water too long. Maybe so. It actually had a little color, and Slab didn't know what was going on with it. But yeah, I'm just ready for the. There you go, Fredo.
What is that?
We'll have Vicky rub his feet. I'm just really ready for these creek fish to get going, man. Really am. I'm just waiting. I did what I said I wouldn't do and go look for them too early, and I sure did, and it didn't work out, and now I know better. So I'm gonna give it a couple weeks, week or two at least, and go start rechecking some places. It's supposed to have some storms. It's supposed to cool off a little bit at the end of the week, so the more rain we get, and the cooler weather we get, the better. We need rain. Every creek that I know of is low. Every lake is low, so we need water, or it's gonna be. We don't get rain, it's just going to keep dropping, and we're going to have less and less places to go look for these creek fish. Slab said it looked rusty. That's funny.
What looked rusty?
The water did.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't want to be too pitchy on here or anything, but if y'all are looking for a trip on Grapevine, I mean, I'm full this week, but I have next week, some days next week. We got to get out there before it changes. I'm telling y'all, it's not gonna last. Like I put a post out a couple days ago. It's not gonna last. Get a couple fronts and it's gonna change big time. So I'm trying to get everyone out there that wants to go while it's still really good. And of course, I'll adjust as it changes. But it's hard to beat the numbers of fish that I'm seeing on these spots over here. So just reach out. I don't know if you want to put the email in there. Babe, you want to put the email in there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the wife's going to put the email in there. If you're interested in a trip, just reach out.
Gmail, right?
Yeah.
And it's all just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Armando, North of Dallas had rains and rains coming Tuesday. Yep. I saw there was a storm that came by to the northeast of us, and it lightning and thundered a little bit, but it didn't rain here. But yeah, I think the Tuesday night rain is going to help. The problem is that the ground's so dry, it just soaks up a lot of that rain, so we really don't get a ton of runoff. Like the rain that we had a couple weeks ago now, or last, I don't remember, I think it was a couple weeks ago now. Those lakes have already basically dropped back down to where it really didn't make a difference. So we need that to continue to where it builds up enough to where it gets that water level up. Yeah, A1, just let me know, buddy. Let me know. Yeah, Fredo, and that's just that water being so warm, man. It's almost November, and that water is 70, 71. That is pretty unheard of.
How cold was it when we went? Was it like that?
It was 71, I think, is what it said.
And his eye was all in.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, it's not really that much cooler than it is in the summer. I mean, the summers it's in the 80s, so it's really about 10 degrees cooler. So it's not.
It makes a difference.
It makes a difference, but for November standards, it should be there should be no swimming going on at all right now. I remember because there was a few times when I had the one man, I'd get in the water in October and it'd be too cold, and I'd be shivering, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's the last trip without waders on." That's for sure.
Do you still have your waders?
Yeah, I think I have them out here. Thanks, A1. Slab Buster. How's the fishing over there? You probably said it's all right. There's some good fish being caught. It's not like it was in the summer, and there's a lot of fish shallow. Like you're finding over there, man. There's a lot of shallow fish, and like I said, I went a couple times the last couple weeks. Went gambling, looking around for some different places, and found fish in those places. Just not enough to what I would want to put videos out on, and so I'm working on that, y'all. As soon as I get some good content, I don't want to put nothing out that's just not great, so I want to wait and hold off until I have some good numbers and stuff like that. So hopefully here in the next week or so. I'm supposed to have some crazy winds at the end of the week, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but Fishing with Fredo. I marked some timber that had hundreds of crappie, and they would barely bite unless I had a small piece of shad. Yep. And that's why I'm just taking minnows tomorrow and just not going to mess around with it. I could tell over the weekend that those fish were finicky. We caught a few and they quit. So if you had some minnows, you could sit on them and really wear them out. So that's what we're gonna do, or try to do. Chuck Smith, been seeing a couple of boats night fishing on my lake at night. Crappie must be biting. Yeah, night's pretty good. Night's always good. Them fish always bite at night. Man, Mark, so the water was the water 84 down there today? Or maybe that was the air temp. 76 on Louisville today, says Armando. Yeah, that water's warm. I mean, that's September water temp. And here it is almost November. Yep, it's still pretty warm. I did catch a limit, but I think I would have done even better with minnows. Yeah. AWF, so it's around 70. I mean, today it's up to 76, 78, or 84. I'm not sure if that was a water temp or an air temp from Mark. It's in the low 70s, AWF, which is really warm. Really warm. Jeff, wintertime spider rigging out of a kayak on the lakes. Have you tried it? I have not. Jeff, I'll be honest, I'm just not a big fan of spider rigging. I'm just not. It's pretty boring for me. I'd rather just one pole jig for them or jig and bobber them in the creeks in the wintertime. Not to say it's not productive, because it is. I just don't really like to fish that way. Especially with live scope. I don't know how that would work with live scope doing that. I mean, I guess I could try it. That'd be a good video.
Yeah, I like your first too.
I did it, but it's been a long time. Slab. My buddy fished a benefit tourney at Grenada, finished with 12 something, 18 something won it. Wow, yeah, that's pretty good. 7 fish, slab. That's what is that? That's like almost, what is that, like 2.5 almost pound average slab? 76 in Central Texas. Blake W, thanks for being here. Been fishing the structure I can see sticking out of the water, but I need a fish finder to open up my options and find more depth. Know the depths. Blake, I'm just going to tell you right now, just get live scope. Just get that. I mean,
And best.
yeah. Especially if you're in a kayak, just go ahead and do it. It's just going to make you so efficient. I mean, it really is. You're going to maximize the time you're out there. And it's gonna help a lot. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. If you want the best, just get live scope. It's gonna cost you, but oh, thank you, Camo Joe. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for those jigs. Y'all be sure to check out Camo Joe. If y'all need some hand ties, Fredo as well. Be sure to check them out. They make some great hand ties, and they'll definitely get you set up with what you need to catch some slabs. So, Camo Joe's on Facebook. I believe it's Camo's Custom Hand Ties on Facebook. Y'all be sure to look him up and order you some jigs. You won't be disappointed. Neely Henry was 70-72. Yeah, that's about what it is here. Water temp. Man, Mark, that's crazy. So Mark's saying it was 84-degree water temp today. That's just crazy for almost November. That's just...
He did say water.
Yeah, so it was water. I thought maybe it was air temp. No, that's... He's a lot further south, so I believe it for sure. That's a lot. You'd be surprised how much of a difference just being a little further south makes.
It'd be nice to get in the water.
Yeah, that's 13 degrees warmer than the water that was over here.
Yeah.
With that temp, I'm pretty sure it was probably... That water probably had some color to it. Yeah, especially if you get in some sandies, Fredo. They'll tangle all those poles up. School of them come through, you'll have a fish on every rod. Spider scoping. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen them do that. That's pretty cool. 7 fish. Yeah, that's almost 2.5 pound average slab. That's crazy. Vicky, hope you're doing good. Thanks for being here. Hope you're keeping Fredo in line over there. Has some really good colors I need to put on Instagram. Yeah, man, I know you make some great jigs. Yeah, like I said, Fredo as well makes some great hand ties, so y'all be sure to reach out to him as well. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that slab. I did it once on Texoma way back in the day, and I remember, I think it was around this time of year. It was probably November. And we were trolling around this point, and a school of stripers came through, and we had a mess. There was some nice stripers on, but it was just a mess. We had to cut lines and just get them unhooked and everything.
You and who?
Me and Brian. Television pilot. I was wanting to pull boards in deeper water for crappie instead of cats in dead winter last year. Yeah, I've done it. It's just not quite for me. Yeah, that's true. Camo Joe, it's a great point. Couldn't have said it better myself, buddy. If you're gonna get a graph, get one that's compatible for live scope. Get the Garmin 73 SV, 93 SV. Because it comes with a regular transducer, side imaging. Get that, and then that way later on, if you want to get live scope, you can always add it to it. You don't have to buy a separate unit. You can just throw it on there. It's a great point. Great point. Jeff, yeah, I hear you. Biggest crappie I've caught on Lake Levant with spider rigging when it was cold. Yeah, Levant's a great lake to do that on. Great lake. I've never done it on there, or have I done it on there? No, I don't think I have. I've seen videos of spider rigging out there, and it's great. Oh, you bet, Camo Joe, man. Thanks for the support as always, buddy. A1 I could believe it because the temp was 91 by noon here in Shreveport. Yeah, it's just really, really too warm. Oh no, Fredo. Those green carps always get in the way. Slab, biggest fish was 2.8 something, I believe. Yeah, that's a nice fish. Yeah, I'd definitely love to have a stringer of 2-pound fish in a tournament. That's another thing. I just don't enjoy tournament fishing. I don't know if I've mentioned that or not, but I did it quite a bit growing up, but I just really don't. I don't know. I just really don't care for it as I've gotten older. I'm more of a numbers guy, and I guess that's why the guiding thing for me is kind of more intriguing. It's more of a numbers deal, and I just, I like action, so I want to see, clients catching fish every drop, and just going out and trying to catch 7 fish all day is just kind of boring. It's kind of like bass in a way. Vicky, I'm good. Been out and about with my new wheels. Oh, nice, Vicky. I completely forgot about that. I know you're enjoying that. Yeah, she got a new car. I completely forgot about that. I know you're happy. A1, what's the perfect temp for crappie? Oh, that's a great question. So the temperature that I look for me to know to go look in the creeks and go look toward winter stuff is about 55. When that water gets about 55, those fish have to start moving because that water starts getting in the 40s and 30s. Those shad will die off if they don't get warmer than that for a period of time. So I like right now I'm looking for about 55, about 60 to 55. 55 is they're really moving. So I guess what I could say is 60, they're moving toward the creeks, and about 55 or under, they're already settled into their winter stuff. Creeks, deep water, things like that. Wow, slab 2.76. Yeah, that's 2 3/4 pound fish. Paul Carr, good evening. Thanks for being here. Yeah, 55.60 for me, says Slab. Yep, that's a good temp. That temp there's not in between, going on as bad. Like right now, that being 70, 80, those fish don't know what's going on. I really, I definitely think that water temp's important, but it's definitely, they go off of instinct as well and length of day. These fish know the days are getting shorter. They know it's getting shorter. They know things are changing. Winter's coming. Even though it's warm, they know winter's coming. So, and the same in the spring, you know, if that water, I mean, they both play a part, but if it's April and that water's 55 degrees, they're going to go up and spawn anyway. They just know it's time. They have to go do it. Ricky Huff, thanks for being here. Glad to have you on. Jeff, got to ask, you still fish cat? Fished against you and Brian on Texoma years ago. Yeah, I don't still fish cat. I don't even have a membership, honestly. I've just gotten away from that. It's Crappie Anglers of Texas. It's the club that does all the tournaments and meetings and stuff like that. I used to be in that and do that, but just have gotten away from it, Jeff. Yeah, Brian as well, actually. Brian, I don't think it fishes those anymore. And I'm trying to think. I don't know of any. I do know of a couple, but most of, you know, the guys that were on that fishing forum back in the day, I don't think they really fish that stuff anymore. A couple do. You know, Jerry and Paul and all of them are still doing that, but a lot of them gotten away from it too. Mark, typically start looking around mid-November for creek fish, but can vary either way depending on the weather. Yep. Mid-November is a good time. Mid-November, they're typically more, I mean, obviously the later you wait into the month of November, the cooler it's going to get and the more those fish are going to be pushed in. I know friends that won't even start looking for creek fish until Thanksgiving. But for me, I've found that those first few weeks of November can be money. And Mark, I don't know about you, but for whatever reason, over the years, I've noticed that November is a really good creek month. I'd almost even venture to say that November is my favorite creek month to fish. For whatever reason, November is just good. I don't know why that is, but I feel like there's big pushes of fish in November. After that, December, January, especially, it starts getting some rain. It starts getting really, really cold. It's kind of more hit or miss, but November, it's great. Armando, want to join Cat for this year coming. I'll be looking for a partner soon. Nice, Armando. Yeah, you'll love it. It's great. It's a great organization. You know, they've been around for a while now, and Ernest started them up back in the day. And it's fun. Like I said, I did it and I had fun. I just don't. It's not anything that I look to do at this point. I'd much 10 times over rather go make a YouTube video than go fish a tournament. Ricky Huff, I'd like some tips. O2 Nitro, no spot lock, no live scope. I have a Lowrance with DSSI, I'm dyslexic, and 2D. How can I find and catch numbers? It's a great question, Ricky. So put that side imaging to use. Scan points. Look for brush, timber. That's what I had, and I did it, you know, that way for years and years. So side scan, find you some brush, find you some timber or something like that where you can see the fish stacked on there. Mark it, then go over it with 2D and look, or not 2D, down imaging, and look and see what you got. Throw a buoy on it, turn around, and fish it. Just, you know, about the depth you see them on your down imaging. It's not going to be as easy, I'll definitely tell you that. It takes some time to scan, and you know, you got to really look in those high percentage areas to increase your chances of when you're going to find some brush or something. Oh, thanks, Armando. Yeah, man, just let me know. I'll definitely help out best I can. Anchor smartly or be good with trolling motor. Yeah, and that's another thing too. So yeah, boat control is key, especially with no spot lock. Now that I have spot lock, I'm not saying that, you know, just it's worth every single penny. Do what you have to do to get spot lock. To me, spot lock's more important than live scope. If you don't have spot lock and you have live scope, you're not going to be nowhere near as efficient with it as you would be with spot lock, in my opinion. So if you, I mean, I'll just tell you, like I got one of the most basic spot locks I could, and it was $1,200. So it's a lot, but it's not as much as those brand new ones that are $3,000 or $4,000. I mean, there's ways around. You don't have to have the latest and greatest, because they mark those up big time. Like, you can go get a Garmin Force, and I think they're $3,000 or $4,000. But $1,200 and you get you a good one and get what you need, and you have spot lock. Pay it off a lot quicker and be good to go. Because I'm telling you, from experience, that foot control, when you catch a fish and you drift, that drifting you do when you catch a fish and break off, or measure a fish, throw it in a live well, that adds a lot of time when you can be just sitting up there dropping, catching them, throwing them in the live well. I mean, it really adds up to a bunch of time that you waste going back and forth. Oh, no worries, Chuck. Thanks for being here. Y'all stay safe as well. Thanks for being here, man. Sergio Kid, thanks for them videos. I enjoy them. I suck at fishing, but I'm learning with you. Thanks again. Oh, no worries, man. Hey, we all learned, and it's all good. I'm glad my videos help, and we've all been there. I know I've been there. I'm still there. I'm still learning. So reversing with the trolling motor is also a good trick. Yep. Ricky, yeah, I'm not the best with boat control. Which trolling motor do you run on yours? Ricky, I run a Minn Kota power drive with the, I believe they call it iPilot. It's a great bait. I mean, it's basic, but it's not, it's what I need. It does exactly what I need it to, and I don't need anything I don't need anything else, so I definitely recommend one of those. And if y'all need electronics or anything like that, reach out to Limits Tackle on Facebook. Steve will get you hooked up with a good price. That's who I got mine from, and he had a really great price.
That's what I was thinking.
Got it to me really quick, so he's definitely not gonna, give you a bad price.
Doesn't he price match it or something?
Yeah, I don't know where exactly he gets them from, but I know, the price that I saw online, it was the same, if not better, and got it to me quick. So yeah, Ricky, it's a lot of money, but I'm telling you, man, once you have it, you're gonna see what I'm saying. It's so worth it. There's no way on earth I could guide without that thing. There's just no way. There's no way. And I'm sure my wife will agree to that. Once she saw it, she was like, "Oh yeah, this is nice." You just press a button and you're there. I can kick back and take fish off, measure fish, put minnows on, coach how to drop down and look at the live scope and do all that without having to ever touch that trolling motor. Xavier, what's up, my man? How are you doing? Armando, North Texas fisherman. Xavier, my buddy, he's a great guy to get in touch with about the tournament scene. He's been fishing a lot of those and doing well, and he definitely knows a lot more than me at this point, because I've just gotten away from it. But yeah, reach out to him, Armando. He'll definitely get you pointed in the right direction. Yeah, Fredo has the Otera. That's nice, because that auto deploys. That's even better than what I have. That's another thing. If you you can get up there in price and get one that puts itself in the water too. You don't even have to do that.
Isn't that the one?
Yeah, he has that one. Yeah, it just goes,
Nice.
just drops in the water. You don't have to do anything. So I'm not tourney fisher either. For one, I'm not good enough, but I've heard you will learn a lot. I'm too competitive though. I'd cuss myself too much. Yeah, I'm competitive too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely competitive too.
We are all the time.
I don't show it as much, but there's certain things that bug me, and it motivates me, but I'm just not that I'm competitive in a bad way. I just don't, I'm just competitive in a different way, if that makes sense. 922, looking for good used fish finder would be still using my Eagle 480. Oh, that's old school there, Eagle 480. Yeah, that's an old school one. I haven't heard one of those in a long time. Someone stole my GPS antenna. It's an old school fish finder. I used to have one on my very first boat. With most of my gear, it's just like I don't think it's just a 2D. It doesn't have side imaging or anything. Like the one I had was really basic. But hey, it got the job done. It will get the job done. Oh man, sorry to hear that 922. Yeah, that's I hate to hear that. It's a sad world we live in. But yeah, reach out to them, man. They'll get you hooked up on some jigs, no doubt. Jeff, without spot lock, you need to be surgical on the structure. Yep. And that's the key. That, I mean, you don't need a spot lock. It just makes it a lot easier. If you have a normal trolling motor and you're good and proficient with it and can maneuver and do what you need to do, you'll have no problem.
Especially on the windy days.
On the windy days is when it makes a difference for me.
Or if you're taking
Yeah, you can also, Mark's right, you can also buy used as well, Ricky, to be cheaper on that trolling motor. You can find the Minn Kota, the power drive just itself, and then you can buy the iPilot and swap it out. Swap the head out, and it'll be spot locked that way. So you can find a used power drive on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. Find it a lot cheaper. Buy you a brand new. I'd buy a brand new iPilot kit myself. Get you a brand new iPilot kit, swap it out, and you have a spot lock trolling motor for less than you would pay new for sure.
And then Black Friday's coming.
Yeah, Black Friday's coming up too.
You've seen deals.
Oh, that was Father's Day. I was thinking, yeah. So the live scope, that's the thing too. So look out. I'm sure Black Friday they'll have some deals on these Garmin units. Look for that too. So the live scope setup that I have, I got the Graph, the 73 SV. I got that for Father's Day, marked down. I think it was $450, and it was originally like $650, I think, or $600. So it was like $150, $200 off. And then I looked around online and got the live scope transducer and black box and all that through Russell Marine. And as well, some of those places have payment plans. You don't have to pay it all right away. It's real easy to go in there. That's what I did. I went in there, they check everything and they approve you for this, and you go and pay it off in payments. You don't have to pay it off in a big chunk. So there's ways, and I believe other places do it as well. The Bass Tank, I looked at them. I didn't like, they just have too big of units, and the price for me wasn't good. I think the smallest one they have is a 9-inch, and trust me, I wouldn't mind having a 9-inch, but the 7-inch I have now is just fine, and it's a lot less money. So I mean, they also do the payment plan as well, and you can buy everything there as well. So you can check them out. There's lots of places. There really is. Barfly Fishing, what's up, Terry? Thanks for being here, man. Gary, I'd rather for you to make videos than to fish a tournament also, unless you're going to be filming the tournament. Yeah, I don't know. I may try one and try and film it for y'all, but if I'm fishing it, I'm fishing it for y'all to film, because I'm not fishing it for me. I just don't really care for them. And a lot of the tournaments that are taking place are lakes that I really have not fished. So, like Fork and Pines and all those lakes out there, I would have to spend a while out there to learn it, to be able to fish it. Now, if a tournament came to Grapevine, that'd be a whole different story. I can fish that and feel confident and probably enjoy that because I know what I'm doing. Because you got to think too, on those tournaments, especially those ones at like Fork or Pines, I mean, right off the bat, you're probably in the hole $500 at least. With the hotel to stay those nights, some of those tournaments, I mean, you got days to pre-fish before, the travel, the wear and tear on your boat and trailer, gas for the boat, food, minnows if you do that, entry fees. I mean, it just gets real expensive real quick as well.
Where did you go?
Yep. Xavier's right. Huh?
You went to one, when we were first together? Did you go with Stephanie?
Yeah, I did fish one with my buddy Stucky on Fork.
Oh.
Oh, that was a long time ago. It was at least 6-7 years ago now. It was a while ago. Sorry, I'm way behind. A1, good night, everyone. Just came from the pizza buffet. I'm starting to yawn. There you go. All right, A1, thanks for being here, and you take it easy, buddy. Speak louder. My wife can't quite hear the expert speaking. I'm definitely not an expert, but I'll definitely speak louder. Well, hello, Mrs. R, says Xavier. Mark, I have heard that. Oh, did I miss Mark's? Yeah, XI3, XI5s are also good, Ricky. Yep. Axel, there are some in the creeks, but there's not enough for me to go get serious with them, Axel. Trust me, I'm just like you. I'm ready for them to get in there, but they're just not quite there yet. Paul Clark, can anyone tell me what the name of the stringer is Terry uses? I don't know if he's already answered, but I think it's Stinky Pants. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, someone put that
Yeah,
on there.
Stinky Pants.
I was like, why didn't they put Stinky Pants on there?
That's the name of the
So
stringer.
random.
Xavier, I tell you what, it's my first year fishing tournaments, and I've learned a ton. Only way to get ready is time on the water. Learn the science of why big fish are in the area. Yep. And that's another thing, you know, I admit I don't pursue big fish. Now, if I catch some, great. If I don't, great. I'm more of a numbers guy. I want to go out and catch 100 keepers. You know, that's just me. If I don't get me wrong, I want to catch 100 big fish too. If I go catch 100 3-pounders, that'd be great too. But I just don't find myself pursuing targeting big fish. Now, I did do that on Fork in a couple videos ago. I did go there for big fish, and I went and looked for big fish, and I caught some of the biggest fish I've caught in a long time. So once you've figured that out, you're golden. Yep.
You're really behind.
Oh yeah, Jeff, it works. Brand new equals warranty. That's right, Xavier. Slab, I use a Eagle 480 Elite for years. Yeah, those are old school. Old school. Mark, look up manufacturer. Many sells refurbished motors and graphs. Yep, refurbished as well. I have seen that too. They do. The only thing I wonder is if they have like some kind of warranty with that kind of thing, Mark. Yeah, last year Bass Pro had a UHD 93 for $600. Yep. Oh, you bet, Ricky. Rhino Joe, thanks for being here. Yeah, man. So check out. I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but there's lots of options to get that. Like for me, you know, the cheapest setup that I could find was about $2,100. And that's what I have. So that's the cheapest of the cheap that I found. As far as like new, I didn't want to deal with used, and like that's too much money. So I wanted to make sure it was good to go. So 922 will be upgrading the motor work and deck repairs on the old Gambler, eating up the savings. Oh yeah, 922. That'll definitely go through some savings. Oh man, thanks Xavier. Yeah, we need to do that still, man. We need to do that, no doubt. Yeah, you've been on it, man. I've been looking. Catch 'em with Key TV. Thanks for being here. $670 for a live scope. Oh, yep. And that's what I'm saying right there. $670 for the total